I don't know what happened there. I got to say, my internet only goes down when I'm using the upstream. Very suspicious. I haven't made that change. I think this is going to force me to do it tonight. So I don't know how many of you are sticking around. It looks like everybody's still here. I really appreciate you guys hanging out while that went down. I tried to roll a commercial during the downtime, but it wouldn't let me. So thanks, Twitch. I think that it's been too soon or something. I don't know. Anyways, we're back in it. Hopefully you guys can see me. Back up. Try refreshing. If you don't see me. Not in a channel. Join channel. Okay, so now I can't see the chat because my internet went down, and apparently my chatty is not smart enough to know what to do in that scenario. Back up. Try refreshing. If you don't see me. Everyone's gone. I lost everybody. Well, I'll be. That's fair. That's fair. Well, I'm just going to keep going. We're just going to keep going. So. All right, cool. Yeah, it showed that mostly everybody was here. I don't know. My internet, whenever I use the upstream, that's when it goes down. It's the only time it ever goes down. So if I start having problems again, I got to remember, I have a plan to fix it. I just need to do it. I just haven't had a chance yet. I got to remember to do it though. It involves moving my wireless router. I'm going to turn the wireless off on the modem, air quotes modem, because it's actually not really a modem. I don't know why they call them modems. I guess it's just a verb that fits, but it really doesn't do anything that a modem does anymore. But anyways. Okay, so let's try running this and see what happens. Who knows what's going to happen? Who knows where thoughts come from? They just appear. And blah, blah. Okay, we instantly have a crash. Invalid index 0 on base array. Set grid map. Why is that a problem? Why did we suddenly have a problem with the grid map? Here. When we never did before. Oh. Starting positions. Invalid set index. Starting positions game 126. Starting positions. Current scene starting positions. With value of type array. Spatial battle staging. So, apparently we did need that. Load battle staging, which is stage battle staging. This. Okay, so before we start to change everything, let's put all this back. Current actor, position. Okay. So my rewrite, apparently those values are needed because they're grabbed by something else. So let's go back in time. Okay. There they are. There they are. Starting positions. Okay, let's put this all back. Okay. And go. Let's get those starting positions back. copy them, and then, oh no, oh no, my buffer, ah, no, oh no. All right. Well, we got the starting positions back, so that's good. Got that going for me. Okay, so we connected the what were we doing? Game, connect, cursor moved. Yeah, cursor moved, new position. On self. And then we're going to go cursor moved, and then it's func underscore cursor moved, new position, which is a vector 3. And we're going to return void. And here we're going to say var current actor, which is sprite 3D. And then we say here, and we go current actor equals instance or actor dot new, and then we say current actor dot position equals new position, and then we're going to connect to the control. So percent control percent. Where are you? 5% control dot connect swap actor on current actor, and then we fire off swap actor on actor, and let's not make it underscore because we're calling it from the outside, and then we fire that off. Then we just need to add the current actor to the scene, and we're back to where we were before. And now let's just see what happens when we run. Expected end of statement expression got something else. Line 24 on battle staging. Connect. What did I do wrong? Oh, /. Little floater forward. Reload. Unexpected indentation on line 36 of battle staging. Unexpected indentation, because there's an L floating around there because I'm typing too fast. And let's go again. Blip. Non-existent function in packed scene. So it's instance, not new. We're getting there. Blip. Trying to assign a value of HBox container to a variable of sprite 3D. Battle staging line 22. Add child current actor. Trying to assign a value of type HBox container. Why? Why are you trying to do that? Trying to assign a value of type HBox container. Why? Why? Child actor. Preload actor. Oh. Oh. Are we in the wrong? No, we're not in the wrong thing. That's right. We ripped that out. Okay, so yeah, I really done broke everything, didn't I? So this copy path here. Now, let's see what we get. Go here and boom. Okay, so we have something. Okay. Invalid Sendex position on base sprite 3D. So it's not position because it's a what do they call it? Spatial. All right. You have a good night. It's a spatial. Should we do? Thanks for hanging out as always. Yeah, let me know like if you see some cool like retro jam. Let me know. Yeah, I'll look too. I'll be looking too. But I'd love to just do one that's like kind of a quick thing. That's fun, a fun thing, and just like bust out. Those old games are a lot easier to approach than this crazy tactical turn-based RPG that I'm working on right now. For sure. This is not technically a setter. So, and it's not an override. Signals. So, signal methods. Why not? Okay. So we don't want to change the, we want to change the origin, the transform. So is it current actor transform dot origin? And okay, we're not bombing, but we also don't see any sprites. So let's try swapping the actor out and see if the sprite shows up. Negative. Okay. We're going to need to start looking at this. Oh, we're not changing the texture. So we're firing swap actor. Let's just see if this works. Print swap. So we'll just see if this is getting fired on when we run. Why is it down in the bottom corner? Let's see if we can fix that. Is it the editor settings when you run the debug? Where is it? Version control. Okay. Editor. My kid. She's great. Window placement. Here we go. Let's get rid of that. And okay. I think that did it. A little bit. Can we go back again one more time? Monitor 1, sure. Custom position. How about just centered? What the hell's going on? Same screen is same as editor. Why are we down there? So let's go negative on the X. I just don't understand why it's putting me way at the bottom. That's not doing anything. Okay. I don't know. I don't know why it's putting it down there. That's really annoying. Swap texture. Okay, let's see if it runs. So we're gonna bring that up, and swap is not running. So let's trace it. The rotation is happening, which is coming from control. So this is working here. So let's just start breaking this down. We're going to print control. See if it's an actual thing. When we come in here, yes. So it is getting the right thingy. Swap actor is the signal. Swap actor is being emitted here. So if we print swap actor on either of these, just make sure that's happening. Yes, it is. Now the debugger is complaining. Error calling method from signal swap actor. Method not found. What are they talking about? Sprite 3D method not found. So connect. So it's saying that this method is not found. Let's not be explicit about type. And then we'll try again. Okay, so we're still getting that error. Error calling method from signal swap actor. Sprite 3D swap actor is not found. It's right here. Oh, the script got unattached. That's weird. Okay, let's run it again. Okay, there's a sprite. It's in the wrong spot and it's really tiny. But now we're getting to the right spot and we're still super tiny. Okay, so we got to get ourselves on the scene tree the right way. Let's take a look at where we are. We're in a bad order here. So we really need to be up and above grid map. So there's a couple ways we could handle that. Okay. So there's a few things wrong that will get fixed. One thing is the pixel size is way too small. So let's look at our test sprite here. What do we have for our pixel size there? 0.0625. So we'll do that. So that should get us a little bit bigger, which I always hear is better. So Hella Decent is going for a bike ride. Let me hit him up. Let me get him on the stream here. Give me a second, guys. Hella Decent, fan of the show. Friend of the show. Twitch.tv/ and then let's go watch him real quick. We got two people. Two friends of the show streaming right now. Hella Decent and Obsidian. Let's go ahead and give some love to Hella Decent here real quick.
So sweet, so crispy.
I'm going to mute that. We're going to put him in picture here and get him over me into the chat area. And right about there. There he is. I'm going to put the sound on. Right, Forrest. All right. I'm going to go ahead and minimize that. There's Hella Decent. And I'm going to do picture-in-picture. Keep that going. We're watching a stream. In the stream. There we are. So now we've got a sprite. Obviously, we need to... Let's get the billboard going, right? Because that's not right, the rotation. So...
Hey, Cricket, what's good?
Let's see if we can get it.
Forest ride.
How do you do billboard? There it is. There's billboarding. It's on. Cool. So now we need to get the sprite to show just one.
You still streaming, Cricket? I saw you were live. I was lurking for a little bit, but getting ready for a bike ride as usual. No, thank you for tuning in. Hope you had a good stream. If you're still streaming, you're probably still streaming. It just
Okay. So it doesn't appear to be changing
Which is dope.
the sprites, but that's because they're all the same.
Yeah, I got you picture on stream. Nice, there it is.
So, okay, so we need to be.
Hope the pixels stay buttery smooth, you know. Good pass, thank you. Man, look at them colors. They are changing. So many more yellows.
Let's look at the scene tree
See the
here.
trees up there too. There's a little bit of browns going on.
Yeah, his bike ride. It's a beautiful ride.
Dear winter, she's coming.
So, what is our problem with the camera? See, the camera gimbal needs to be outside of the grid map area. So that's our problem. So we need to have a stage spatial that we throw the grid map into. We'll call it stage. And then so now a bunch of stuff is going to be broken, specifically the grid map stuff. Let's get rid of that print statement because we don't need that anymore. Alright, I'm asking him if that's radio or streaming music. I'm curious. You know what? If he's on a bike ride, I gotta get the treadmill going. What am I doing just standing here when I could be burning some calories on the stream? So that's what we're gonna do. Okay, so the camera gimbal is separate from the stage. That's good. So now when we lock our position on the stage... Okay, so battle staging control. So a bunch of this stuff's going to be broken, right? Are we doing anything with grid map on here? No. Camera gimbal. Control. No, nothing. And just this. Set starting positions, which never fires. There is a set kit on it. Set starting positions. Set cell item. Grid map set cell item. Position. Grid map sets to item. Position values. Grid map sets item. What is this about?
Streaming music. I'm streaming Spotify.
Oh, that's the
playlist
okay.
I put together called Cardio Catastrophe.
So we're gonna
Find it
go.
on Spotify named Juice_Cardio Catastrophe. I like to start every workout, every cardio workout, out with this playlist. Slaps gets me in the mood to move.
All right, let's see if this fixes some things with the rotations that we were seeing there, and then we're gonna get the character itself spawning on the screen there.
Frequently, though, during bike streams, I'll on the last half of the stream, I'll put on what I call my safety list, and it's just a bunch of music that I found that doesn't get DMCA strikes. I've tested it pretty thoroughly on Twitch, lightly on YouTube, but so far it's full of stuff that doesn't get strikes. That's pretty cool. But yeah, this strikes. However, my frame rumble is messing with what the text. It kind of throws it off a little bit, so I don't get strikes right now. But
there we go. So we're getting the rotation right. All right, I'm gonna mute him, so we don't have any. So that ad that's rolling, we're not gonna hear that. Okay, so now the rotation is happening because we're setting our positions in the right spots, and now we need to get the sprite to show up right from the start. And we need to get it so that it's lined up more properly with our what we're expecting. Now, let's see. Now, if we were to load this sprite ourselves in here, and we go to data, jobs. No, it's not in data. It's in game, assets, jobs, Squire. Here, we need to have some information about the frames. So we would go, because they're not technically frames, but that looks right. And right now we're on center in the Sprite 3D, and mayhaps that's not what we want to do. We want to be like that, but we also need to be offset based on the some other bits of information. Also, we're just floating a little bit, but that's actually good because of how we're going to be on the grid. So H-frames, we'll manually set those. If we clear it out, now when we load it in, let's see what happens. So we're getting there. We're almost there, having a character on the screen when we choose one. So there they are. So yeah, we're not centered. Or no, okay, we're not centered. Yeah, okay. I can actually see what this is doing in real time. That's good. Centered is not what we want. We want to be on this frame for now. Centered. Let's just load the sprite up. Okay, so we definitely don't want to be centered, but we do need to be offset. Is there any stats we could get about it? Yeah, 32 wide. So if we were to divide by 32 on here, so 16, that pushes us the wrong way. So we actually want to be negative 16. And then up a bit. So we're still not quite right. Why not? Do we actually need to be full on the other side? But why? It seems closer to reality, but we need to be higher up. But why do we need to be higher up? +1 on the... Okay. Okay. So the cursor position is on a cell basis. We need to get our cell size and adjust from that. So that's what's going on. So we can't just set the transform. We have to get the grid map cell size and adjust from that. And it can't just be new position. It has to be grid map dot map to world new position. And that should get us something closer to that. Okay, so we said hello to Hella Decent. Gotta run. Gonna say hi to Obsidian. BLK. All right. So that's how decent. He's a cool guy. We're now going to go jump onto Obsidian stream real quick. Get another ad. No, we didn't get another ad. There's Obsidian. Let's get him up in the stream here. Like this. Bring him down. Now he does some, he's like an amazing programmer. Makes me jealous. I'm jealous of Obsidian. But I'm going to give a shout out to him.
Let's do it for now. And in this,
Obsidian BLK. Yeah, so check out his channel not found. What did I do wrong? Too much. Can I push up? I can. Obsidian. Got an extra eye in there. Yeah. So he's doing some cool stuff.
has method.
And I like his channel as well. I don't get to watch it as much doing dev myself. I don't get to watch many devs, period, doing dev. Okay, so let's get rid of these. Let's get rid of all of that. Now we're going to run it again and see what we end up with when we
I hate you.
play the game again. And there's the character.
Sure.
Expected 3 arguments. Ah, that's right. Gosh, this is so annoying.
So let's see what
Grid
happens.
map.
Click.
Cursor
You
moved.
should not have clicked. Why are you getting? You're the first. But I'm not in your input range. This stuff still works. So technically, you are grabbing.
Okay, so now we're looking closer to reality.
That shouldn't be.
We do need to do the shifting, though. Up 1. So
I shouldn't be in this.
up is Y. So
trigger.
+1. Now, I don't think the code is going to change when we... No, I got to reload it. One more time. So we'll go up 1, and now we should be on top of
Oh my
the...
God. So I'm not testing it. I'm just testing the hover state.
There we go. Okay. So now we're starting to
Like
look
it's
right.
Focus state versus hover state. I was trying to merge them and be slick.
So centered is not good. So we definitely don't want centered. But we do want to shift. And this is the part that's strange to me. But I guess it makes sense. So let's try shifting. We're just going to
Also, it
shift
shouldn't matter.
region, frame coordinates, offset. Let's try -16 and just see if that gets us.
This does not because
Yes.
technically
All right. So we got a character on the battlefield
change.
of life.
Um,
And he's moving around. And when we choose when we rotate, we're in the right spot.
but it shouldn't.
And now we need to be able to place him down where the cursor is and all that stuff.
I'm not its goddamn zone of interest. Gosh damn it. And if I trigger down the Hey, Cricket! How you doing? You popping in live or you just popping in general? And how goes the project? Also, I'm Gen X. Fair enough. Well, thank you. And hello, Cricket viewers.
All right. So I said hi to him. All right.
Sorry, didn't I mean, I don't know. I think you're about my age. But like, it's weird. I'm on my age bracket is like now being called just on the cusp of millennial. But I'm like, I hate that because I grew up being called Gen X. I'm freaking Gen X, god damn it. Gen X right here. Don't try to make me a millennial. Not that I have problems with millennials, mind you. It's just, I grew up Gen X. I'm Gen X. Ugh. You know,
Now I'm talking to Obsidian on my stream.
but I'm always gonna, if anyone ever asks, what generation are you? I'm freaking Gen X, man.
All right.
Not quite Gen X, not quite millennial. We're a weird breed. Oh, you know, but that's the thing though, is I was born, I'm gonna give this away. I'm freaking giving it away. I was
Okay,
born
so we got the origin set up.
in 1980. And throughout the 80s, my generation was referred to as Gen X. In fact, my generation had been referred to as Gen X. All the way up to, I would almost argue all the way up to the mid nuts. So I'm 25. Like, I'm in my late 20s by the time I ever heard anyone try to suggest that my generation was millennial. And I'm like, bullshit. Ugh. You're gonna have to adopt it more than Gen X did. See, that's the thing. I feel I'm Gen X, and I was born in the 80s. Yeah, the whole coming out of millennial happened, I believe. You think early knots? I think it was more mid knots, but I mean, I wasn't paying attention that closely. I am definitely more Gen X, I feel. I'm definitely not, there's not more Gen X. I am Gen X. That's what I grew up as.
Okay, so now we're talking about Gen X, Gen Y stuff, but we got our guy on position
My
here.
generation was Gen X.
But when we start, you'll notice that we're sunken into the ground, and only when we move do we show up where we should.
Oh, yeah,
That's because
we were definitely
uh,
Gen X.
we set the cursor position here,
Founded on technology.
but we run the connection to the cursor move later on.
Gen X definitely.
So what we need to do is set that connection up first, and maybe if the signals fire in the right order,
Before.
now we'll show up in the right spot.
That wasn't really what I was going for. I was just going
Nil.
for I'm not.
So the nil transform is because of this connection, almost guaranteed,
Just to be clear,
because the setter is getting no
my
value.
rant is not to say
Yeah.
my generation was better than millennial or Gen Z. It's just simply I
Get
met
you cells front, which
that's
is
what I was
nil.
growing up. That's how I identify.
So
And honestly, I still think it's the cooler sounding generation. We're Gen X. I mean, it sounded so.
cursor moved,
Everything had an X in the goddamn title.
new position.
X Factor, X3. We were Gen X, man. Yeah. Anyway. I'm gonna shut off that rant. And
We'll do
again,
that.
Millennials or Gen Zs that for some reason are torturing yourselves with my stream.
Get transform nil
By all
if
means,
U
say,
cell size
I
is
have
greater
no
than
problem with you guys.
nil.
It's just my problem.
Why is that
simple.
nil?
I'm Gen X.
That's weird. Let's print it.
And someone out there is going, whatever, boomer. Anyway. Oh, I'm sad now. Anyway.
Okay, so that's not a nil value.
Thank you very much for the visit.
Game cursor
I hope
position,
I'm
cursor
not taking over
moved.
your stream or anything.
Let's look at the nil value.
Called Mind the Gap. Didn't even know Gen Z was a thing until then. Ooh, I don't even know what Mind the Gap is. We'll look
Add
that up
function,
because
cursor moved.
this is
Let's check the new position.
because have you ever programmed a project and everything looked like it was fucking awesome until you want to show it off and then everything fucking breaks. Anyway, Mind the
Nil. Cursor moved, line 45.
Game.
What is nil? Get index transform. So it's too early.
Oh, it's a
So we need to do, we got to delay this. Hey.
gotcha.
I guess I should start it
Well,
soon.
there you
Should I
go.
start it soon?
Yeah, no, I've never
Okay.
heard of this.
Maybe I should move this. Would this,
But
should I make this a barbecue stream?
that's a game that would.
Would
age
anyone
itself
watch me
poorly.
barbecue chicken?
Put it on your phone.
Yeah. Is that weird? That's weird. How do I change the exposure on this? Exposure's automatic,
And the
but
thing
it's
about-
very bright.
Thing about
Let's try to bring it down. There we go.
People stream a lot.
trivia about generations is
Well, I don't think barbecue's weird.
very few outside
Yeah.
generations.
Well, that's true. That's true.
being talked about would get that
So,
generation.
Nobody can hear what you're saying, so they think I'm just a
I
psycho
don't
just talking. To
know
and I've got Obsidian's talking on the stream
struggles.
too. I'm gonna get him down on the volume there. I'm gonna close him out.
Okay. Well, I got chicken defrosted, and I'm gonna start making some potatoes on the side.
Okay. So what we need to do is we're gonna call back. How do you do callbacks? Does anyone remember? Is it callback function value? Is that it? Callback isn't declared in the current class. So what is it called? It's on object. What I'm talking about. Defer. Callback, defer, callback, defer, call. Something about defer. Call deferred. Call deferred. Okay, so now if we defer the call. Oops. I can, and this is, there's a bunch of little things about this I have to actually get fixed. There we go. So now we start out, we're in the right spot. And when we rotate, everything is cool. Would you look at that? Now we need to place the character, the quote-unquote actor down. Okay. We're getting there. Wait, does Obsidian have a Discord? He does. Did I join him? I didn't. Okay, well, I'm joining him now. Okay, I joined his Discord. I've got to get ready soon to do a barbecue here. But now all we need to do, I mean, how much can we do in this amount of time, huh? How much can we do? Let's see. I'm wondering if really quick, just to make it look a little prettier, if in here someplace, I'm not sure where it's supposed to go, if we could add a color, like color rect. And we don't want it in the grid map. And make a background. How do we get it to fill? Is it a canvas layer thing? Maybe it is. Let's add a canvas layer. And then we'll put the color rec in that beneath the grid map. Can we have this fill? Let's see. So we've got these margins. Can we go all around like that? And then, let's see. So that's good below the grid map in front of the camera. Now, why are we totally taking over? We're in stage. If we collapse stage, yeah, we don't want to be in stage. But we want to be before. So now we go like this. Where is grid map? Mm-hmm. So maybe we do put it in inside grid map. Is that a thing? That did nothing, and now it doesn't exist. Oh, it's not being drawn either. Nothing. It completely takes over. Color rect. Delete the canvas. I don't know. I was hoping to make a background really quick. Got some reading to do, it looks like. Let's go back to this, though. So if we're plopping guys down, we need to drop that instance of the actor and hold a reference in it to I'm looking around, sorry. Oh, there's another thing I wanted to check too. So for our mock stages, we've got this one here. I just wanted to make one higher than the other here. Just to test it with one piece higher than the other and make sure that my cursor can move over it. So let's just see if that works. It does. Okay. Sweet. Characters drawing okay. Now, when we're in front here, that's kind of a problem. That clipping. I don't know what to do about that. We might have to do some funky stuff if I don't know what to do about that. Well, that's a problem for future Matt. All right. So that's good to know that that works. Let's go back here and put it back down to 0. Okay. And let's close out actor and let's make sure the texture is actually being set at the beginning as well. Because I loaded it in and maybe it's not being set right at the beginning. It isn't. It isn't being set. Full stop. Okay, so that's something we got to get worked out. Swap actor. Okay, but we're getting there. We're getting there. Now, is it a problem of... Let's load the script. Just make sure the actor is being loaded. Now, if we swap the actor, it'll show up, right? Yes. Okay, so this is the exact same problem as with when we do this connection here. We actually need to run it. It needs to fire so it knows what actor to be set to, and that happens here and here. So we are emitting the signal swap actor at the start, but is sprites something we're expecting to see? So it's not firing the way that you'd hope. Emit signal swap actor. So can we do this? Can we say call deferred, and then we'll say it's 2 R's, not 2 F's. Call deferred, and the call is emit signal, the first value being swap actor, and then new character. Now, yes, okay, so that fixed it. Man, so does that mean call deferred? So call deferred, we could actually send that signal that we're talking about. Because we're doing the connection. So we could call defer the actual cursor position being set so that so game dot call deferred cursor position and then use cells front. Then we can get rid of this, but we need to have the connection first. Let's see if that works. Okay, so things are starting to make a little more sense to me. And okay, so that does break things. So maybe I mean, what if we did it this way? No, okay. It's a setter. Okay. All right. So, okay, so we're setting the texture properly. We're able to go up and down heights, move the actor around. Now, we really need to seriously think about where are we saying the actors exist for the game. I mean, we could put it in the singleton that's less to load between those 2 points when the battle starts. And I mean, there's no reason to discard them and reload them, right? We do have a battle system singleton where we could throw them into that. And maybe that's where they end up actually living, which makes the most sense, possibly, rather than having a thing in here. Because if we have actors, it's really feeling that's part of the battle system. So maybe we do throw it in the battle system here. We have the actors array already. And we have a starter for the battle system. For each actor and actors, check status actor. So this is a strict, the data for this is, we bump it around, right? This is the resource. But regardless, we need to have a representation of them on the battle as a sprite and animations and all that stuff. So what are we going to do? What are we going to do? Where are we going to put it? Let's think. Because, So these are references to the resource of the actor. And that has a bunch of resource can't hold. So do we do an array of dictionaries with metadata, where we have the metadata that points to the resource that's got all the data for the actual thing, for the actual actor, for their stats and all that stuff. And then we have in that we have a. So what I'm saying is it would look something like this. So for an individual actor, let's say it is a variable. It's not going to be. But in this actor's array, we would have a dictionary that would look something like this. It would be, so there'd be a key for resource. And that would contain a resource. And then there would be the actual sprite, I guess we'd call it. And that would be a reference to Sprite 3D that would have some special methods in there. So some of this would be slightly different. It would say for each actor and actors, we would say actor dot resource, which would point to the resource. And but then it would be actor dot resource dot character. Is that too much? And actor dot sprite. Because then you're going to get actor dot like actor. active turns is an array. An array of actors. Status check for each actor. Increment for each actor. Is it too much to do it that way? Array of actors for active turns. Set active. I know this seems silly that I'm just sitting here like thinking about this, but well, this is a good barbecue think. So, where should this data live? I mean, is it as simple as I mean, the for each could change to for actors resource, right? But then we're looking at, instead of an array, it's a key, it's a dictionary itself. And then they're separately ordered. So that wouldn't work very well. For actors, keeping the sprite with them is a way to go. It is starting to feel like that's how it should work. It should be an array of dictionaries with a meta structure to it. And then we can set, how does this even boot up? We have start, right? Start. Because if we separate them, how are we going to know which ones to tell the animations to fire? How are we going to know where to tell them to go? If they're coupled with a battle system, it makes more sense with regards to that stuff. So as much as we have a start function and all these other things that we're going to eventually have, here is the same thing where we pass the initial get damage actor resource ability get damage actor. So I think what we would do is we would say, okay, actor dot resource something equals that, a variable name equals that. They would say like, I mean, the variable name could be actor resource. And then when we need to fire off the sprite stuff, we're tied in right in here. And we tell the sprite to do something too. That seems to make sense. It makes sense to put it inside the battle system. The cursor is its own thing. It could be tied to battle system. So we could feel like moving it there eventually. Oh God, I feel a refactor going on before I go any further. Because every time I get a little bit further in this stuff, it's like, wait a minute, this should be here, this should be here. And then I start doing the next thing and it's like, this should be here, this should be here. And it's feeling right. It's getting closer to being right. The resources are the most, that I had no problem building out because I had a map to begin with. But this stuff I have to figure out on my own. There's no mapping of this in any of the docs that I've seen, so I have to build the structure myself. So that's why it's taking a lot of like thinking versus doing. Yeah. All right. I think I have a good starting point for next stream. Let's go ahead and raid Obsidian if he's still going. I'll open him up just to make sure he's still going. Give him a nice little raid. Yeah, he's still going. Obsidian BLK. Guys, thanks for hanging out. I don't know how to start a raid, though, from my thing, so I'm going to load up my stream manager here because it's the only place I know where to go to actually start the raid. So, anyways, much love. I got to get Obsidian's channel up so I can see his response and talk to him for a little bit whilst we raid him. Yeah, so have a good night. Peace and all that stuff. Be well. And see you guys next time. Now I got to end the stream. How do I do that part? It's over here.